strategic pausing is what leaders gift themselves with. Because when we strategically gift ourselves with the power in the pause, we gift ourselves with the slowdown. We're actually able to really make better, more strategic, more thoughtful decisions, especially in those critical moments. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Power in the Pause podcast. How are you doing today? As a reminder, please do not forget to hit subscribe so that you do not miss a single episode that comes out every single week. And if you would please help me to help more people by leaving a 5-star rating for this podcast, I would greatly appreciate it. That is how word of mouth gets generated out in the podcast sphere. So I appreciate you so very much. Today's episode has really been inspired by my own personal work that I have been diving into with my own mentors. And a lot of it has to do with me really pausing, really embracing what it is that I preach. I walk my walk, I talk my talk, I walk the talk. And what I am already starting to see in less than a week's time is what today's episode is all about. And without further ado, what that has to do with and what today's episode is all about is why it is, how it is that slowing down is what is going to enable you to speed up your abundance and success in your business. I have been running at an insane pace over the last couple of weeks. For those of you who follow me on social media at Wendy Page Sterling, you have seen and know that my oldest son just turned 18. He also just graduated from high school. He was committed to one college and then got off the wait list and is now attending a different college, which is actually his first choice. And I also have a younger son who is graduating from middle school, heading off to camp and starting high school. So things have been going at an insane pace for me. And what came through just last week was this is really my last summer with my oldest son. I literally feel like I gave birth a week ago. And all of a sudden, here he is, and he is 18 years old. And what I have consciously decided to do is to slow down this summer and to really see how that pause is actually going to help me to not only be present. What it is also going to enable me to do is that I know that when I am fully present in every single moment, what that does and enables me to be is efficient and productive in so many other areas of my life. And so what I want to talk about first and foremost is how the opposite of what you think is true, right? We think that if we slow down, that we are just lazy, right? There is this total, mindset around, well, if I slow down, then I'm not doing anything. I'm not moving. I'm not checking shit off my list. And what I can tell you is that the opposite is true. Like you may be crossing stuff off your list, but what are those things really creating for you? What is it that is happening on the other side of you really checking stuff off of your list? And what I know to be so true, and what again, I have noticed in the course of just 5 days is the importance of quality over quantity and how slowing down is actually creating better long-term results for me. I find myself being able to be very present. I find myself being able to really be mindful, to really feel like I am breathing. And so what that has created for me is really being able to rejuvenate. I spent my entire weekend just sleeping and walking and breathing and spending time with the people that I love to be able to really just rejuvenate my mind, my body, my soul. And what it has created for me today is the excitement of creativity and new ways that I want to go about creating opportunities for clients to work with me. And if I had not made this conscious decision to slow down last week, I know that none of this innovation that is coming through me would have ever happened. I have been taking multiple walks a day, and it's enabled me and it has really helped me to just clear the clutter happening in my head. I mean, think about all the things that I have been juggling that I just said over the last just 3 weeks that has just been crazy. I've had people in and out of town repeatedly for different celebrations. And by me gifting myself with the possibility of, I'm an entrepreneur for a reason. I became an entrepreneur so that I could control my own schedule. And so, what it has really helped me to also do is to prevent myself from burning out. How many of you are running at a hamster wheel pace right now and feeling exhausted? Right? That was where I was headed. And so I realized what that felt like, what those sensations were that were happening inside of me. And when I feel burnout, what ends up happening is I start to feel like normal tasks feel really freaking heavy. I start needing a nap during the day, every single day. The hustle that I was creating for myself and the pace at which I was running was leaving me exhausted. And I knew that that is where I was headed. And so what I decided again was to pause and to create more regular breaks for myself to really help me to balance my energy levels and to prevent myself from really stepping into a full-blown burnout, which has happened before. And it is not healthy for me. So I have really been focusing on my daily routines. I have been focusing on getting more sleep. I have really prioritized my health and wellness and the amount of time that I'm exercising. For those of you who don't know, I mean, I walk a minimum of 10 to 12,000 steps a day, whether that is outdoors, whether that is on my treadmill or my walking pad that I have in my office, whether that's through playing tennis, one of my favorite things to do outside of the house. And so I've really been able to make better decisions with how it is that I'm choosing to spend my time, because I know that when I gift myself with self-care, and self-care to me is choosing to slow down, it enables me to make better choices for myself. I know that when I rush decisions, that I make mistakes. I know that when I rush decisions that I am leading with not my best judgment, poor judgment. How many of you can relate? Imagine if you gifted yourself with the time to reflect and consider all these different options, all these different perspectives, all these different possibilities. What ends up happening is you wind up making more thoughtful and effective decisions. Strategic pausing is what leaders gift themselves with. Because when we strategically gift ourselves with the power in the pause, we gift ourselves with the slowdown, we're actually able to really make better, more strategic, more thoughtful decisions, especially in those critical moments. And let me tell you what I have noticed by implementing all of what I have just shared with you. It has enabled me to create stronger, healthier interpersonal connections and relationships. Because I have made the conscious choice of being present and attentive, it has helped me to create stronger bonds with the people that I care about and the people that I love, whether that is with my children, whether that is with family, whether that is with friends, professional relationships. It has really enabled me and gifted me with the opportunity of creating deeper connections, not just with other people, but also with myself. It's helped me to be a stronger, better communicator. It has helped me to also be an active listener and to stop getting distracted easily, either through social media, my phone buzzing, or an email coming in. And by prioritizing my self-care, prioritizing my pauses, it has really enabled me to reevaluate what I want the foundation of my life and my business to look like. So I invite each and every one of you guys right now to think about what would be different? What could be different in your life if you intentionally created more opportunity for slowing down and incorporating pauses into your life? Because what I know to be true and what I've experienced literally in just 5 days is greater success, more sustainable success. And so I invite you to share with me, what are you going to choose to do today? What is it that is going to shift for you? How are you going to harness the power in the pause to receive greater, to feel a deeper sense of fulfillment and passion and purpose in your life? Share with me, email me, wendy@wendysterling.net. I would love to hear how it is that the power in the pause is going to make a difference for you in your life. Because what I know to be true is that when I gift myself with a slowdown, it enables me to move at a faster, more accelerated pace. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. Sending you so much love and light always. Mwah. Bye, everybody.